Hey guys, welcome back to Ignite Motorrad. I am your host Kshiteesh and today we have the CB350 RS from Honda. The engine of the motorcycle is a 348cc motor. It's the same from the Highness, so it has plenty of power, but the main difference it makes is probably because of the weight. It is 2 kgs lower. It shouldn't make a big difference, but it does make a difference in the 0 to 60 numbers. So one of the annoying things of the Honda in terms of design is probably just one thing. It's the placement of the horn and the indicators. It's generally inverted, so you'll often find yourself honking at people when you want to turn and probably indicating someone when you want to honk. So other than that, I think the ergonomics, because of the upraised handlebar and a little more forward, it has a stance that will not entirely be sporty, but it is also committed enough to have a nice riding posture. The placement of the foot peg is also a little more towards the back. So one thing that does is give a little more aggressive stance while you're sitting, and second is that you can hug the tank more better, which in turn makes your cornering a lot more better. What also aids the cornering is the 150 section tire at the back in case of the 130 that the Highness gets. But does that actually make an effect? Again, that is something that we will talk about in the riding section. It has a very tall geared 5-speed gearbox, which makes the riding experience slightly more difficult than you would imagine. But in the city, it is actually very, very pleasant to ride this motorcycle. The most noticeable difference is obviously the tail, because this is a tail tidy-ish kind of look, whereas the Highness is a full fender, and also the cropped fender right here. So in terms of looks, this is a little more sporty, a little more aggressive, and even the ergonomics are slightly more aggressive. We will get to that in the riding part.
Coming to the most fun and important part of a review video, the riding experience. The engine of the motorcycle is very strong on the bottom end. It goes through speeds and gears very easily, and it is one of the most smoothest engines, being a Japanese Honda engine. The motorcycle absolutely glided through corners and through potholes when we went on the Mahabaleshwar trip. So it was a very good experience and a very big thumbs up from me for the CB350 RS. Bike has such a compliant suspension. It takes you through any corner or any pothole without losing confidence. And that is very important when you're trying to tour on a motorcycle. But the weight, that is a key part in Honda's bag, I will say. Now every cruiser motorcycle out there feels big and feels heavy. You know, you feel the clunkiness of the motorcycle. But what Honda has done beautifully is that they have the masculinity of the motorcycle. They have a very large tank to give you that hunkered look. But when you get on the motorcycle, it is super light and you don't feel the 180 kg weight at all. And Gearbox, as I said earlier, will take some time to get used to, because CB350 RS and the Highness have the same issue of having a very tall gearbox, which means you have to go through the rev range to extract most of the power from the motorcycle. The side fact to this is that it is super fun to go through the gears and redline the motorcycle, because it sounds absolutely beautiful. So the 150 section tire at the back makes a huge difference in terms of cornering. You do have to lean the motorcycle a little more and give it a little more effort, but it definitely has the confidence to go through any corner at any speed, and that is what matters. A slight annoying thing that I felt, I think, is also related to the gearbox is the fact that in the city, if you have to do some quick overtakes, you will have to gear down the motorcycle, because even though they say it has the torque, but the torque again comes very late in the rev range. That is the entire experience from the CB350 RS. The engine is super punchy, but you have to rev it a bit to get that full exciting power from it. Don't feel any vibration even at a higher stressful speed like 130 or 140 kilometers per hour.
So you tell us what you think about the CB350 RS in the comment section below. Also do like, share and subscribe to this video and channel so that we can make more videos like this and bring them to you sooner.